Hey guys, John here. Welcome to another channel update video. So it's been a little while since I've done one of these. The last one I did was the announcement for the mod pack that I made, the Wolf Pack. Aside from that, been a little quiet, all quiet on the Western Front. I'm on the East Coast though, so I should have said Eastern, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so basically, I wanted to tell you guys about some changes that I'm going to be making. I'm kind of not happy with the state of things currently. I mean, I guess that goes without saying. You know, views are pretty low, interactions pretty low on most things. It's the state of YouTube right now for small YouTubers is we just don't grow and we don't get the views that we really think we should get. But I'm not here to complain about that. I'm here to talk about some changes that I'm going to make that I hope will help in some ways. So lately, speaking of the Wolfpack series, I put up a lot of episodes of that. There's been like 3+ episodes of it per week, and it's been my most consistent series for the past month, and actually month and a half. But the reason I was able to get so many of those episodes out to you guys, aside from the fact that I was streaming it a lot, was because I was really not editing it at all. I was just chopping it up into 30-minute pieces and just uploading them. And you know, that's kind of the way I normally do stream series is, you just take a stream, you chop it up into episodes, and you go with it. It helps because then you stockpile a lot. The problem is, for one thing, I have a lot of it now. Too much, in fact. My hard drives are all pretty much full with different things, but that's a big reason. I've streamed it a bunch, and it's time for those to start making their way off my hard drive. Also, another reason that I'm not happy about it though is that it just feels like it's oversaturation, which I thought would be a good thing. It would get the word out, I have a custom mod pack. You can check it out too. You can watch my first playthrough of it, etc. But I don't know. It just feels like a bit too much. I know that there was a couple people who joked about me just doing Minecraft every day forever. And I'm not gonna lie, I briefly entertained the thought of just making this a Minecraft channel. But the thing is, I don't want to miss out on the other stuff. I know none of those things are really successful either, like views wise or whatever. But I would miss out on playing some other games for you guys, even if it was stuff I did on stream and didn't upload to the main channel. I feel like it would not be this channel if there wasn't some variety to it. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like the best course of action for me right now, if I want to maintain doing a variety of things, is to desaturate a little bit. Now, that's not to say that there's not still going to be a bit more Minecraft probably than anything else, because that's pretty much the main thing that I've been streaming. I interject some other stuff now and then, but I've been doing a lot of it, and that's probably not going to change anytime soon. Uh, we are doing more multiplayer stuff than we actually anticipated. We started up a vanilla multiplayer server, and that first stream was an absolute blast. And so that's going to add to the stuff that that I've been putting up already. And of course, there's still a lot of Wolfpack, and there's stuff coming up in the future with Chaoscraft Modded 2 and all that stuff. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of Minecraft, but I'm going to change the way that I'm doing it. So the next few episodes, whatever pack slash server stuff, whatever it is, I'm going to attempt to do it the way that I'm doing Crack Pack, which is to take the whole lump sum of the footage and pare it down into an episode. Now, I'm probably not going to be doing the, no face cam, no chat, recorded thing for everything. I feel like certain series need that. I feel like Crack Pack 3, I established that as a recorded series, so that's the way that one should stay. And, other things like cinematic stuff, whatever. But for like all this footage I have of Wolfpack, it is in the same format of the previous episodes. Face cam in the corner, chat on screen, me, answering chat. But the difference will just be that instead of, I stream for 2.5 hours and make 5 episodes out of that, instead I will be doing a lot of editing on it, and that 2.5 hours will probably be an hour or less. That's the goal. Cut it way down, show you the best parts, crazy shenanigans that happen, the best parts of a build instead of every detail of it. Whatever stuff I'm doing, you're not gonna have to, be like, oh, half this episode is just John digging a hole or whatever. That won't happen anymore. So, I mean, what did I spend, like 3 episodes looking for peas at one time? So, I mean, like, while it was an adventure, and those watching the stream, I think, enjoyed that part of it. I don't think it maybe really translates well to YouTube, because even with me putting it up to 3 times a week or whatever, it still drags out for a long time. So yeah, my plan going forward with the non-recorded playthroughs, like the Wolfpack mod pack and the stuff that I do with Team Chaos and things like that, maybe even some other stuff that I haven't even done yet. The plan going forward will be to condense a whole stream into an episode, unless, I mean, like, if it was some crazy situation like has happened once or twice in the past where I stream for like 4 or 5 hours, then I could conceivably, even with a lot of editing, probably get a couple episodes out of that. But the overall goal is going to be to desaturate a little bit and to also cut down on, episodes that maybe are just boring and lose people's interest. Maybe not a whole episode about me trying to find, a vine or whatever, just stuff like that. So I hope that that will help. We will see. I may end up reverting back out of laziness later on, but for now, that's what I'm thinking. Also, speaking of, other series, things other than Minecraft or whatever, obviously we do still have a few series on the back burner, things that have been sort of left by the wayside or whatever. There's Spider-Man, PS4, Uncharted 4, and stuff like the racing series and things like that. There's been some downtime for all that stuff. Lego Marvel as well. I do still have an episode of that, I believe. I need to edit that. So for example, with Lego Marvel, Liam and I just haven't had time to actually record for the most part. And then when we do randomly get that time, one or both of us doesn't feel like it. Lego Marvel is a difficult playthrough because despite the fact that it seems like it should be an easy game, it's not easy for us because we suck at it. And also we do tend to make things a little harder on ourselves by being competitive and killing each other a lot and just generally being terrible. So if and when we get back into regular recordings of that, we're gonna try to do things a little differently, but I wouldn't expect to see that series be one that comes back in full swing anytime soon. But with Spider-Man, with Uncharted, stuff like that has been, recorded series that I've just sort of dropped. The main thing to note is that I don't have much free time during my days now that I'm back working again regularly. Um, I have very little time during the day to actually record, which means that my stream time at night is pretty much the only time I'm getting stuff for YouTube, even though it's, streamed content. But the success with the Crackpack 3 stream that I did and my ability to turn it into what really appeared to be just a regular recorded LP video, I think I'm going to attempt to do similar things to that with Spider-Man and with Uncharted. And maybe with a lot of my other LPs going forward, simply because it's going to be the best time for me to be able to get that footage. So yeah, it may change things up a little bit, but if you don't know what I'm talking about, look at Crackpack 3 Episode 4, and you'll see that it very much appears to be a normal, edited, recorded Let's Play and not a live stream, because during the times that, I knew it was footage that was going to be in the video, I had no webcam on screen, no chat on screen, and I wasn't answering chat. What I did during the stream was periodically I would switch back into streamer mode, but that stuff got cut out. So what went onto YouTube was just a video, just a normal, or what seemed to be just a normal recorded video. So hopefully I'm going to be able to do that stuff similarly with the other LPs that I need to finish up. And then I also mentioned racing stuff, and honestly, I've taken a long break pretty much from most racing games. Aside from Mario Kart, I guess if you count that. And the reason for that is just I got really super burnt out. I was trying to maintain that consistency that we had going from NASCAR 06 when I decided let's start up NASCAR 05, play through that. But the thing is, NASCAR 2005 did not get the kind of attention that NASCAR 06 was getting, and even that had been waning. So I kind of just felt like it was time to take a break from the older NASCAR games for a while. We'll come back to them again someday, and maybe people will be reinvigorated to watch, and I'll be reinvigorated to play. I did start NASCAR Heat 4, but I had some issues that were probably my own fault to some extent, and also the game's fault to some extent. But it left me in a bad place with it right off the bat, pretty much, a few episodes in. And so I sort of just stopped. But I do plan on getting back to that at some point. And then there was Formula One. I don't think I'm going to be continuing my career mode of that. The problem with it is that at the beginning, I started out with the difficulty a little bit too low, I think, and it was making things too easy. Now, granted, I did pull off some crazy strategy that ended up getting me those good finishes, but I still feel like I was too competitive for the beginning. So I feel like that kind of took away some of the enjoyment, probably, that people wanted to see of me building my way up. But also bumping the difficulty up on it just makes it kind of miserable for the tracks that I am not good at all. So I'm not sure F1 career mode is for me. However, I do hope to possibly do some multiplayer stuff with that in the future. So that game may come back in some capacity, but probably not as an LP of career mode. So while I might dabble in some racing games here and there, and I will definitely return to some of the ones I had been doing in the future, this little break from those games has actually been nice for me. It's allowed me to focus on some other things, and honestly, sometimes those games felt like a job in the sense that I felt like I had to do those videos, but I didn't really want to sometimes. They were really a grind a lot of the times, like NASCAR 06 with all its problems, and just trying to record older consoles or deal with, buggy issues with games in general. It always felt like, I don't really want to do this, but I have to do it, blah, blah, blah. So it's been kind of nice to take that out of the routine. And when we do get back to it, it's going to be at the right time when I want to really dive back into it, and I think that'll work out for the best. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to touch on, is just that we're going to be trying to condense the streamed LPs a bit more so that they aren't stretched out across like a million episodes. And the stories and stuff and things we're doing are all drug out like that. So I'm going to be trying to do a lot more editing with those streams. I'm going to be trying to do some more, recorded content on streams so that we can, finish up some of the stuff that's been on the back burner and maybe, get to some other things that people have been looking forward to. And again, racing kind of on the back burner a little bit, but that's not to say it's gone forever. So keep some hope if you're holding out hope for it, because it will be back at some point. I just needed a little bit of a break. And aside from that, I guess I should say I still haven't done the finale of Sonic Adventure for the Team Chaos channel yet. That is something I plan on doing on stream most likely, just to blast through to the end. But as far as the Team Chaos channel itself goes, we haven't made any sort of official announcement, but it's basically, I guess, hibernation is the best thing to say, because no one really wants to, no one really wants to call it dead, because who knows, who knows what the future holds. But after I eventually put up that ending to Sonic Adventure, there's not any foreseeable future plans right now for that channel. So the focus, for the content that I'm making is 100% this channel. That's not to say that in the future we, might not do some other things, or I might branch out again, but for now it's here. I am going to get back to uploading those VODs to the John Plays Live channel. I started to do that. Like, I put up all the original Crack Pack VODs, the Team Chaos multiplayer playthrough of that. And I started to do Stone Block and things like that. I just sort of stopped just out of laziness. But those are older series that I don't plan on editing down like I am this current stuff I'm doing, so those wouldn't make sense to be putting up here. Some of those are like a couple years old, but I just feel like maybe some people might want to watch them. So if you're interested in older stream playthroughs, Minecraft stuff mostly, you can check out the John Plays Live channel, but mostly what I'm going to be focusing on is just trying to make things better here, and focusing on using what little time I have the best way I can, so that we can, make progress through some stuff and still have time for some other, new stuff or fun stuff that I want to attempt at some point. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry if this was a long ramble. I hope it's not too long. It's probably under 20 minutes, so that's something, I guess. But yeah, aside from all that, I'm doing my best to keep plugging away. Life's still difficult sometimes. Financial stuff is always frustrating with life in general. I know a lot of you know all about that, but getting back to work has been helpful in that regard, and hopefully it stays consistent, because that is, while it does eat up the time in my day, it is helpful for me to know that, I've got some more money coming in to help with things, and that takes some stress off, which in turn makes it easier for me to have fun with my content and bring you guys better content because of it. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys next time for more. Bye.